Hi everyone, it's me, C Lefty Run. I'm giving you a week 8 rundown, literally like a rundown of my week. First of all, the dang Dodgers, man, they fell apart. They fell apart. And I think last week I had my Dodger hat on. I was like, go Dodgers. And it just got me to thinking that marathon, I think I think running's a really hard sport. I think baseball is probably the second hardest sport. And they're very similar, right? Baseball is like a marathon. That season is so long, not a lot of rest in between games. You can have a great season, like the Dodgers dominated. They had the highest record in baseball, and yet they tanked when it mattered most, right? In the playoffs. So it doesn't matter what you do before October. When October comes, and if you can't bring it together, you're done. And I think about it, it's kind of like the race, right? Like your training can go really well, but if on the day of the marathon it doesn't come together for whatever reason, it's a really low blow, right? So, and on the opposite end, you can have a season like the Padres where they were 22 games behind the Dodgers and were the wild card and just dominated. And you can have a training season that's not so great, that's a bit rough, it's okay. And then you can kill it race day. You just never really know what is going to happen. And this cycle for me has been a bit like the Padres, right? Like, I hope it all comes together. It hasn't been perfect, but it hasn't been my best cycle, but I'm now starting to see glimmers of hope. So let's get into those glimmers of hope. I ran 51 miles week 8. Sunday, yeah, Sunday I did my 6 outside at 9:47, and my heart rate was an average of 137. And I did my abs. I did an ab workout that day. Tuesday, I ran 6 with my friend Stephanie at a 9:43 pace, and my heart rate was 132. So faster run, lower heart rate. Interesting. Tuesday is my SOS workout. I was dreading this workout, not looking forward to it. You know why I complain about it every week. It's after work, blah, 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 blah. I've been having these, I don't know if you've ever heard, there are these Verb energy bars. They're like, did I show them to you already? I probably did. They have 90 calories. Not that the calories really matter, but they have green tea for caffeine. So even at work, when after lunch, I hit a slump, right? And sometimes I'll just eat one of these and it picks me up without making me, I can't drink coffee like after 9 a.m. because then I can't sleep at night. So this will give me like a little pick me up without affecting my sleep. So I've been taking those to work with me. So I did have one of those on Tuesday prior to my run. And then I came home and I did have a honey stinger gel. And then I went out there and the weather was about 10 degrees cooler than it typically has been. Not cold by any means, not ideal running weather, but better. And I had a really good run. So 11 miles was my total. And so my average pace for the 11 miles was 8:31. But the workout was 2 easy mile warm up and then 2 by 3 miles. So 3 miles at 7:54 to 8:04. And then mile easy in between, and then another 3 miles. I beat the cross country girls on Tuesday because I left work right away. And so I went on my run a bit earlier. And as I was finishing up, I saw the cross country girls come through. And so I was like, oh, I'm early today. Anyway, so for the first 3 mile stint, I did 7:54, 7:48, 7:50. Good. I was under pace. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but just is what it is. And then for the second 3 miles, 7:44, 7:58, 7:47. And I felt pretty good. Like I was able to do the mile in between without feeling like I was dying. And I was just able to like ease into the easy mile in between. So that was nice. And then I did the 2 mile cool down. At the end, I came home. I had enough energy for abs. And then I flipped on the Dodger game and they won. That was the only game they won. So my average heart rate for that run was 155. And then Wednesday is my lovely rest day. And then on Thursday, I did 6 at a 9:45 pace. Heart rate was 137. And then after work, I did a full body workout with Heather Robertson. It's about 25 minutes. I do it every Thursday. So Friday, I did 8 at a 9:47 pace, and I was feeling, I had book club the night before. And so I was feeling really sluggish Friday. An average heart rate of 136, but I just took it real, I'm taking it easy. Saturday had another successful run. I always dread this workout as well. I'd rather run 16 at like my middle of the road marathon pace, my long run pace, right? It's not an easy pace. It's like a long run pace. I'd rather do 16 at my long run pace than this workout, which is 14 total, 10 miles at marathon pace. So again, I did the 2-mile warm up, and then I did 10 miles at goal marathon pace. And in my park, there was a big cross country meet. So that was kind of motivating. It was crowded. There was a lot of cars. I was trying to navigate the traffic. Anyway, I was fine. I ran in the other loop just to kind of avoid the cross country traffic. And I don't know, this is new. I think people discovered my park, like high schools. And so there seems to be a lot of cross country-ish stuff going on because it is really a great loop. It's not flat. It's not really hilly either, but there's, it's not, you can do cross country in it. So that might explain it. So my 10 miles at goal marathon pace, what did I fuel? That morning I had a Pop-Tart, just easy. Then I fueled 4 miles, every 4 miles. So I did honey stinger, and then I did that spring energy with like a lot of carbs just to kind of test it out. It really doesn't make me feel different. Like it's double the carbs, right? Double the calories. It's like having 2 gels instead of 1. I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. It's not cheap either. So I think I won't buy it again. It tastes good though. I wish they had a normal gel that tasted that way. Anyway, 10 at goal marathon pace. I did 8:05, and I really loved how consistent I was with my efforts here. 8:05, 8:05, 8:02, 8:03, 7:52. Not sure what was going on there. I must have been trying to beat a cross country girl because they started coming up on me and they were blowing me out of the water, right? And I was like, way to go, girls. Good job, girls. You got it. So I was still able to cheer for the girls. So that was good as they were passing me by. And my school district was there too. The local high school, 2 of them. 8:04, 8:04, 8:12. Don't know what happened there. Oh, you know what I do know? I was trying to like navigate. There's one time where I slowed down because the girls were coming and I didn't want to like cut them off. So I like approached a bit slower to make sure there was a gap that I slipped into. 8:01 and 8:05. So, and I felt really good. Again, was able to ease into the cool down without feeling like I was going to die. And there has been a shift in the weather here. It's like in the 60s now, mid to high 60s. And we've gotten some rain. And again, it's not ideal. Like I'm still not running in short sleeves or long sleeves or pants. I don't know if I'll ever go back to pants, but not running in long sleeves yet. Still running in tank tops, but it's just nice to not feel like a big puddle of heat and sweat. So yeah, so really happy with the effort. A couple things I was listening to Rogue Running podcast, right? I think it's called Rogue Running, not Running Rogue, one of the two. It's just interesting how advice you hear is different, right? I follow Luke Humphrey Running. That's kind of like my running Bible. I really trust him. Everything he's said to do in his webinars has worked really well for me. And I really think he's in it to like sincerely help people be their best running self. And I don't know him, I just belong to his run club. And anyway, but I was listening to this and I listened to running podcasts too. And it's interesting. The guy was saying you shouldn't fuel on runs that are shorter than 2 hours. And I'm like, well, that goes against everything I know, which is like practice your fueling, practice your fueling, practice your fueling. Right. So it was just interesting. And so when I run 11 miles on, or when I did the 14 miles, it was under 2 hours and I took 2 gels, you know, anyway, and I'm fine. I'm going to continue doing that. But it was just interesting. Again, that's like totally different than what I've heard. And then, oh, he was saying when you're running a marathon, you take your first gel 60 minutes in to the race. And I'm like, I mean, I take mine, I guess 40 minutes in, not even 40 minutes in, because I take it every 4 miles, right? So it's like half an hour-ish. And then he was like 30 to 45 minutes after that. It's just interesting how there's so much conflicting information in this world. And it's different for everybody, right? If you're a man, if you're a woman, if it's all different, but it is interesting to hear like you wonder why people are confused sometimes, right? So anyway, I'm taking the advice of my run club, but I just thought that was interesting. Oh, this week, instead of doing my SOS on Tuesday, I am going to go to Runner's High on Monday. So I'm going to run my 6 miles with my friend Stephanie, and then I'm going to go to Runner's High in the evening and probably do about 7 more. I'll do the 3 mile speed workout with them, and then I'll cover a couple miles on my own, and I'll make that day like 13 because I have that big break in between. So I just want to like mix it up a bit. And my plan calls for 2 by 3, right? 2 miles 3 times. But I'm just gonna like go to Runner's High. I just feel like doing something different. And then I'll resume it again the following week. So anyway, that was week, did I say 8? Yes. Week 8. Hope your running is looking up. If it's not, I hope it does soon. And who knows, you could be like the Padres and have a maybe not great training cycle, but have a really strong race. So if your training is not going well, don't lose hope. Just keep doing what you're doing. Know that you can still have a really great race day. Your training might be going amazing and you might be hitting all of your paces perfectly every run. And then race day comes around, or for whatever reason, it doesn't happen. Anyway, so don't count yourself out, is what I'm trying to say. Have a great week, and I'll see you later.